Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Professor Zeus, and I'm back with another video. If this is your first time at the channel, just know I greatly appreciate you. Why don't you go ahead and hit subscribe? We're on our way to 2,000 subscribers. We are taking it the humble route. Today, we're going to look at a video. A woman out of Chicago, Illinois. She was robbed, I believe, at gunpoint or attempted carjacking with some young dudes. I don't know how many it was. We're going to let her speak. And this is just going to bring up a bigger conversation about, where life is headed. Things are warming up now, so we may or may not see a uptick in criminal activity. I mean, statistics show usually when it gets hotter, you know, the streets get more hot. But I'm gonna leave her video in the description, a link to it, so you guys can go ahead and subscribe, show her some love. But yeah, let's let her rock out. Let's see what she has to say.
Right now, like I don't know what to be more annoyed with. The fact that these two little boys just call themselves trying to rob me, having a good heart and not leaving y'all ugly ass kids on this fucking pavement, or CPD who don't do nothing. I'm just so irritated. Like the scene that I just had to like almost witness, I'm just like so annoyed because these two little boys. And being a mom, only thing that I'm worried about is sparing y'all ugly ass sons. Sparing y'all because y'all kids just tried to cause me a temporary pain for a few dollars an iPhone. And I would have cost a mother of two, you know what I'm saying? A whole lifetime of pain and heartache. And being a mom, all I could just think about is like, damn, y'all really don't have control of y'all kids out here. It just happens so fast. That's why you got to be aware in Chicago. Like, and I'm only crying because I know if I would have did that to y'all kids, I would have been able to live with myself for one. For two, that would have just been something that God knows that mentally I wouldn't have been able to handle. I'm sitting here like I'm getting in my car. These little boys like talking to me, but mind y'all, I'm not even paying no attention to their ears. I'm not paying attention. So just so happened quick, they snatched my back door open in the middle of me trying to see like what the fuck, like why are you know what I'm saying? Like what is you doing? The boy snatched my driver's door open. So while I'm paying attention, I'm like, damn, I guess in the middle of me doing that, the boy put my car back in park. But I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I'm lost. So I see him trying to take my purse, but I knock my purse on the floor. And then the other boy, I'm trying to go, but my car not going. I'm like, damn. I'm like, damn, he put my car in the park. So I don't know if they got a gun or nothing, but I'm trying to spare. Like, I'm just trying to, cause I'm like, I'm looking at the one boy. I'm like, damn, this a baby. Both of y'all babies. You get what I'm saying? And in the middle of me doing that, the boy in the passenger, he looking me in my face. He, don't scream, don't scream. We don't want to hurt you. But in my mind, I'm just like, I'm thankful that, like, even though I'm irritated by this part, I'm just more so thankful that they did it to me tonight because y'all kids, I know it's somebody out here that would have never spent, like, y'all kids would have been right here dead and y'all would have been calling to the scene trying to figure out, and I swear to God, like, it was just so crazy because as I hurry up get my car back into the drive, I started to drag one of the little boys, and I'm like, just please let go, just let go. You feel me? Because it's gonna be either one of them. But I'm just so mad because, like, y'all little kids out here. I'm a mother. That's why y'all probably like don't spare, don't spare. But I just thankful that even though I'm irritated, I'm just so thankful that they tried me tonight because y'all ass would have been getting a call. I would have been called. Then y'all would have been looking at me like I'm in the wrong. And I know I would have mentally, I wouldn't have been able to live with myself. That's why I'm just like, this shit is crazy. Like, I got kids and just being a mom, somebody this summer is going to be hurt. I can't imagine it.
So, just like, just picture it, right? You're in Chicago, you probably running errands, you may or may not got your kids with you, and then these two little boys just walk up to you, trying to talk to you. One swings the door open and tries to hop in, try to grab your phone, tries to grab your purse, put in your car and park and all that type of stuff. What types of things go on in your mind at that moment? And she's talking about, oh, this is a little kid, and I don't know, she was alluding to like she might had a firearm on her. And in that split second of all these things transpiring, she's thinking like, do I just end this right here? And she's hesitating because, she says she's a mother. She's thinking about these two kids' moms. She don't know if they're brothers or two individuals. She's thinking about each of their moms or their one mom. How'd she feel if her kids didn't come home? And that's the heart of a woman, honestly. A mother. Compassion is there. But my issue, right, is that I get that you have to see humanity in somebody, even, when they're doing you wrong. But let's be honest, right? These aren't just innocent kids like asking for a handout or anything like that. These guys were ready to rob you, telling you don't scream. Who knows if they had guns on them as well, they would have tried to attack you, end your life, and leave you on the pavement. You know what I mean? And if she did have a gun, and if she did pull the trigger, yeah, these two kids or the one mom or both moms would have been crying, saying, "Oh, he was a good boy." But what about this lady's kids? Who's gonna be crying for them if she doesn't make it home? That's the part that I have an issue with, right? So Illinois, right? Let's talk about why this is even a issue, because the woman, she's second guessing herself, while a lot of criminals in Illinois in total are going crazy. So Illinois, under Governor J.B. Pritzker and Chicago's Mayor Brandon Johnson, they wrote out the Safety Act back in 2023. And it sounds nice and all, right? Safety, accountability, fairness, equity. Nobody's against that, right? But if you dig into it a little bit, you find out that they actually got rid of cash bail, which means that people who are accused of crimes, sometimes violent crimes, can walk out before a trial if a judge thinks that they're not big enough a risk. So that's no money needed, just a promise that you'll show up later. Governor, he's all about fairness, not punishing poor people who can't pay bail. I hear that, I get that, but nobody wants a system. Nobody wants a system where money can buy freedom. But on the flip side, places like McHenry County show a 30% jump in crimes by people on pretrial release since this has started. Now, the Cook County Sheriff Tom Dart said over 200 defendants are on electronic monitoring or house arrest. Supposed to keep them in check. They're still committing new crimes. Carjackings, robberies, shootings. These aren't petty crimes. And Chicago's down currently over 2,000 cops, spending millions on the illegal migrants instead of helping to keep their streets safe. So the Safety Act is actually a disservice, plain and simple. It's leaving mothers like her to fend for themselves while the system, pats these kids on the back and essentially says, try again. You remember in 2020 when everybody said defund the police? Nobody talks about that now. Everybody's saying now, where are the police, right? And obviously that's a conversation for another day. Obviously there's good police and there's bad police, right? But when you have a system like this where criminals can, people can cause you harm and like just get locked up and is out the next day, it's like, what are we doing? Right? And I get why this mom hesitated, because it's like, if you're a parent, you see everybody's kid as somebody's baby. You think, oh, what if my son is out there lost, making bad choices? You don't want to be the one to take a life, especially not a young one. So that's real and that's human, but we can't sugarcoat this. these aren't just lost kids. Some of them, and I hate to say it, I'm 31, so I'm not that far off from, that generation. A lot of these kids are growing up as killers. They're trained by the streets, by a culture that's just haywire right now, and by a system that won't hold them accountable. If she had shot one of those kids and lived, he might have been back out in a week under the Safety Act. If she shot him and he died, she would have carried that weight forever. But if he killed her, and don't think he wouldn't have killed her, right? Her kids lose their mom, he keeps running the streets, and then, another family, another victim. So who wins here? Not her, not us, the killer does. And that's a gut punch because her compassion, think about this, her compassion could have lost her everything while he wouldn't think twice about leaving her bleeding out. And here's where I stand. If you got a family, you protect them at all costs, period. My wife, my son, I don't take any chances. I train, I'm ready to protect my family at all costs. You know what I mean? Because the second you let your guard down, these streets don't care about your feelings. I live in Maryland, but Chicago's a war zone some of these days. Carjackings, everywhere is a war zone for as far as I'm concerned. And summer's coming up, and you know what that means? Crime is going to spike up when the weather breaks. Right? This mom, she's extremely lucky to have walked away, but next time, I'm telling you, if it's me, I don't know if that kid is getting back up. You can call that harsh, but I'd rather cry over that than have my kids crying over me. And that's a fact. The system's broken. Things like Safety Act, sanctuary cities, cops getting stretched thin because a lot of them were defunded. It's on us to keep our family safe right now. Parents, stop making excuses for these kids. Communities, stop pretending that this is systemic when it's just choices being piled and piled and piled and piled and piled. And Illinois, scrape that Safety Act before more moms don't make it home. Okay, so that's my take, right? I feel for this mom. I'm glad she's okay. Her heart is in the right place, but the world she's in doesn't play by those rules, man. But honestly, let me know what do you guys think? Should she have laid these kids flat? Right? Is the Safety Act helping or hurting people? Drop your thoughts below. I try to read every comment, and just let me know what you think. Send this video to somebody who you think might see some value in it. Subscribe if you made it this far. Smash the like button. And never forget, it's you and I verse for a reason. I teach you, you teach me, and we both take what we taught each other and learn from each other and apply it to what's going on. That's the only way life can go on. Until next time, peace.